So he has a truck. And he's driving it through Toronto. It's pretty cool. And someone had called him a pussy or called him a bitch and whatnot. You know what I mean? And he pulled up on him. I'm gonna play that a little bit later. But let's start here, okay? Can y'all see that? Right? When you are a winner, people want to put you into a box so you can be the version of yourself that they can be. So you know how they go about doing that. They pick things about you. They'll pick a flaw. And again, these are psychological tactics. Now, in the black community, black men fall for this shit. Black men in general, go through all types of skullduggery. It's just so many damn games to the point where I ain't gonna lie. I'm good on y'all hoes. I'm good on all y'all. Oh, why ain't like no instant? I was just sitting here holding the instant. That's crazy. But I'm still good on y'all dames. Y'all listen, make me sick to my stomach.
Who are these niggas? I cried laughing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? like, we need to stay away from these niggas.
So what they'll do is they'll take a flaw, all right, or something that they're telling you is not good. Again, black men, and honestly, the fact that even and that's a black woman who made that tweet, right? The fact that black people think these are all good arguments, it shows why we're losers. We have so much potential. We're so smart. We're so strong. You know what I'm saying? We have all these great genetics, right? But again, without male leadership, you're cooked. Nothing moves forward. The only things that ever moved forward in civilization was male leadership. The moment you start letting women have a bunch of input in terms of leadership in a big way, society has been failing ever since. When women hate themselves, they hate each other more than ever. They on more medication. They take way more drugs. Those are stress relievers because you can't deal with reality because mostly you are filled with the emptiness of everything you lack. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good night. All right.
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like, you here, bro?
So these kind of arguments work on black men, all right? But the thing is, the world as a whole, matter of fact, black people in particular are getting black fatigue, okay? And as a light-skinned person as well, I would imagine someone like Drake, who has some white family, right? Who was mulatto himself, right? Yo, CGA be calling y'all the tragic mulattoes in real talk. Yo, that's how it be, bro. Like what the things people say about Drake is just like ungodly. But let's touch on the narrative that black people try to create for this the suit between Drake and UMG. That lawsuit is about Drake has been trying to amicably have a contract renegotiation because he's been recouped his deal years ago. They kept prolonging the negotiation, so he put stuff out, but he hasn't given you one like Certified Lover Boy since then, right? Around this time, they're trying to do a contract renegotiation. All of a sudden, there magically is an anti-Drake tour where every media outlet gets on board. Matter of fact, they even went as far as lifting the copyright restriction for content creators so that they could make videos about it and as long as they speak positively about the song. Media and who's allowed on media platforms used to be controlled for a reason. Unfortunately, this is where media is at now. It is what it is. They had the bread. They had the resources. They you know what I'm saying? They had what they, you know what I'm saying? Yo.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
I'll even theorize that the reason now UMG has even tried to go with this defense of, you know, Drake is just doing this because basically he being light skinned. And you know, one of the reasons why is because UMG also understands the court of public opinion. So if they have a trial, right, and they've already managed to influence the court of public opinion, this goes along with the narrative. Again, a part of that is the public being influenced by someone who wants to create a version of Drake that he can defeat. So, matter of fact, it's actually a video I came across right before I started this, right? I want to start there too. But make sure I pause it.
Truly think this is the weirdest song.
I'm gonna pause that John real quick. Yes, yeah. So your enemy cannot defeat you as you are. So for example, right? Kendrick, it's a he basically represents. He's like an avatar. He just kind of represents a certain. I can't even say what it is, but I would look at it as Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. Then with Biggie and Tupac. Then Nas and Jay. Now we have Drake, J Cole, and Kendrick. Now somehow went to three instead of two. In terms of two individuals that kind of are like somewhat polar opposite. Like one is a little more so-called surface. He's is more sex, money, murder. The other one is more, like Confucius. Like they have wise old man raps. Like they basically what they call conscious. One was more conscious. So that's how people kind of see these two archetypes, right? But he's more of an archetype, and even with Nas, right? I chalk it up to niggas are lazy and they don't want to actually read books. So they feel smart or feel like, all right, if I listen to a nigga that I think is smart, then okay, I don't have to go read books and actually learn anything. So I'm gonna uphold you as you're someone who's doing all these amazing things in music to the point where no one will even actually really question, yo, like what you actually do, because you got to realize that like Nas, what Nas did on Illmatic was more dope artistically. But those are not joints. Like you can't play that really in movies like that. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's a scene of being like in a project somewhere, you can't play that in movies. Like there's nothing on an album that really fits a scene, because those are signs of an amazing album. Whereas like Hove has always had those kind of tracks. You feel me? Because Hove always had joints. I remember when the Versus conversation came up, right? And the versus conversation, when they first start doing verses where the artists are side by side, you get to hear them rappers send their records back to back and really compare and get to kind of hear who's the better artist. I'm like, you know what? Nas would die up there. Nas don't got enough joints. Like Nas don't got enough joints for an actual stadium of people of you know what I mean, of a mixed crowd. You understand? But anyway, that's what people want to do with you. So Kendrick was supposed to be this supreme rap. First of all, I don't know why y'all thinking of him like that. I think y'all thinking of him like that because he jammed a bunch of words into a bar and he raps furiously and kind of fast. And somebody actually posted on Twitter earlier also saying, just because you rap fast doesn't mean you rap good. But even the angles that Kendrick took were just lazy. It was based off of like, all right, I know people think that I'm a good dad, and that people everything good you think about Kendrick, you assume that about Kendrick. You have no idea. You can't pull up a piece of media from nowhere with someone saying, "Oh man, I've been around Kendrick and his family, man, and him and his girl." First of all, he's not married to his girl. They have a few kids together. He got a baby mama, and for a diss track, he does a song called "Meet the Grams." That nigga was so tone deaf to making a diss record. He made Meet the Grams. This was a diss record for somebody. Back in our era, you couldn't rap on beats that weren't hard. You couldn't do, niggas would not have listened to the first minute and a half of Euphoria for you to start cooking. Back in 2001, they would have just said you lost because they would have never got that far. All right, but anyway, let me play this video real quick.
I truly think this is the weirdest song. How was it done? It's like 6 or 7. I don't care how much beef I got with a dude. I'm not starting a song with Dear Adonis, the dude's son's name. That's weird.
Word.
That's weird. Dear Adonis, you talk to a 7-year-old kid. You in a rap battle where you call a grown man a untakeable back word. You are saying his son actual government name in a song. If y'all don't think that's weird, bruh. It's weird. It's weird.
It's very weird. Okay. It is weird. It is weird. So, because here's the thing about black folks, right? Black folks have, excuse me, excuse me, a contingency phony. Matter of fact, it's black culture to be phony with people. It's black culture to switch up on people, because that shit is, again, that is a product of feminine leadership. Because again, a part of feminine behavior, and guys can attest to this shit. Women know that there's power. Women go about dominating you in ways that aren't really physical. So there's always power in surprising someone. The element of surprise will always give you the upper hand. So even if you're not really in a confrontation, a woman blindsiding you with any information or a change of plans, those are all like acts of imposing their will on you. And for her, when she says, hey, when she changes your plans, when she says, hey, we're going here tonight, or make plans for you, or just introduce drama in your life. Hey, listen, hey, Shawnice is in the hospital. A hospital? And you thinking, I don't want to go to the hospital. I just took my shoes off. I'm about to take my socks off. I'm not, and you may wind up at the hospital. Shout out to y'all in them relationships. Hold on, while I'm drinking this on, get out some noise. Hold on, where is it? Get up. No.
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like, why are you here, bro?
So I be saying, why you here? Yeah, y'all, at this point, y'all niggas get into the marriages for a financial safety net. Y'all niggas ain't made the plans that you need to make to be able to take care of yourself long term, nigga. That's why you over here trying to get that whole thing going. I'm like, damn, now I'm working cure every day. I'm like, yo, I'm so glad that I'm doing well enough that I'll never have to really think about getting a roommate for real. Like, that would be cool if I was younger, or if I always lived that way, it wouldn't bother me. Now, being as I lived on my own, absolutely not. All right, I don't care, nigga. I don't care if it's a storage room. I want it quiet. I don't want shit going on in here when I come in here. King of the house. All right. What? Hold on. What? Hit these fucking buttons.
You don't even do nothing.
Nigga.
What the?
Anyway, so, and I'm gonna keep furthering on. Matter of fact, okay. One of the reasons also I feel like Negroes supported Kendrick is because Kendrick has not gotten better as a rapper at all. For the most part, Not Like Us was a Hail Mary. Shout out to Angry Man. That was a Hail Mary, and it sounded good enough for you to say, yeah, this is going to be the one. All right? Just not only that, it exposed the behavior of, I know we talk about the ambush, right? It exposed the behavior of also how we discredit people as an attack. If you find someone trying to discredit you, meaning attack your reputation, or want people to think things about you that aren't true, yo, women are good for that. That is a feminine behavior. Because again, women attack you primarily. That's why you don't be knowing when she's doing shit to fuck with you. All right? Like, they attack you so much in ways where that you don't understand that it blows your mind. It would just fucking blow your mind. Especially now. Because again, feminism has made it where women have an obsession with power dynamic. They have tasted the forbidden fruit of control. Which, don't get me wrong, women have always been deceptive. Women have always been women, right? But there were limiters on what they can do. As soon as women got more power in society, women will outright lie. Emmett Till, anybody? There's probably countless Emmett Tills, countless black men who have died because the white woman lied. Even up until now. I forget this lady's name where she confessed that I lied about these guys essaying me. I just lied about it. Ruined these guys' lives. They were athletes, had their whole life ahead of them. You know what I'm saying? And here they are thinking that, okay, great. We have a Brad worshiper. We're going to have us a nice train, a nice family event, and we're all going to go home. They're not thinking that, she's going to go back and say that I was attacked. Women will say that shit. I remember at one point, it was really bothering my family. And at the time, I understood, but it didn't resonate with me. And my uncle was saying to me, he said, have you seen what your BM is posting online about you? You know what I mean? It's like, like she's like talking about you. And anyone who knows her knows she's talking about you. And she kind of had always been doing that. I think my father had mentioned it years before. She's like, yo, do you see what she posts on Facebook about you? You know what I'm saying? Because like she be on Facebook talking about you. You know what I mean? And at the time, I didn't really understand that, yo, that's not normal for someone to want to lay next to you and have a relationship with you and still be hateful towards you. I was having another conversation with my mother yesterday. I think I was talking about, she had asked me about her, and I was saying, hey, we're not really communicating right now. And like, I'm telling her all these things, and my mother, she just couldn't bring herself to say, oh man, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? Like she shouldn't do that. Not that I was looking for her to say anything negative about her, nothing like that. But it was like, you're still like that's not supporting me. But yo, women are programmed to stay on girl code and try to help each other in every situation, even if it's someone that's close to them. But you got to realize again, like in African American people see black men as property. Okay, black men see themselves as property. For the most part, black men mostly want success and a car and anything good that you want. Black men want in life. They start off, or mostly even till they die, it's to get girls. They're not necessarily thinking, I'll just enjoy having a nice car. They'll be thinking about the girl I can get with this car, which is nothing really wrong with that. But it's like, yo, there's more to life than that. Not only that, you got to realize how, again, the power dynamic. This is one of the many ways, or one of the many reasons why the women didn't get better. You got to a point where like men are working overtime, starting new businesses. Niggas that got to where Eric Man made a really profound point about women complaining about men not being in the dating market. And he made a point about you as mothers and also just in general have conditioned men not to need you for anything. You don't want to clean up. You don't want to cook. And when we think of in the grand scheme of things, if all you as a woman, all you gotta do is cook and clean, these are also things that you're gonna do anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's damn near like saying, I'm not gonna wash my ass as much because if we live together, I'm not gonna wash my That's like saying, yo, if we live together, I'm not gonna wash my ass, and also I'm not gonna pay my rent on time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start paying it late because I'm not gonna just let you just have the security of rent being paid on time and you always got somewhere to live. Like, who does that? You feel me? But again, power dynamic. But anyway, so with the power dynamic issue is that way of thinking goes on in the black community in men and women. And so the way it expresses itself is the need to be right. You're more likely to do sign language even if you're a man. Shame, insults, guilt, the need to be right. That has been the tactic for the whole Drake and Kendrick battle. Is that whenever someone's making a point, listen, if you saying you like that, all right, cool. Because me personally, I remember just feeling like, all right, okay. For her Euphoria, I said, all right, okay. Then I heard Meet the Grams. I never even got all the way through that. 616 in LA. Not Like Us was just really annoying to me. It just sounded really, it hurt my ears. It made me uncomfortable. It sounded annoying. But I remember thinking, this is like desperate and corny. And I remember I listening to the voice like, why is he rapping in his voice? Like what is his voice he doing? You know what I'm saying? And like I remember because I was open to, well, it's going to be a clash. And I ain't gonna front. When I heard the Push-Ups track, that's when I said, you know what? Drake can definitely beat Kendrick in a battle. I never thought Kendrick could beat Drake in the back. I never thought Kendrick was that great of a rapper. I don't know why I say that. I never thought about it too deeply. But like, I'm like, you know what? This battle really proves you're not a better artist at all. Because I'm like hearing you trying to experiment and trying to be sexy and trying to be cool. Because like, yo, Luther is his version of light skin music. That's his version of trying to do a Drake record. You can't play Luther when you fucking. All right, you can't play no Kendrick when you smashing. I challenge you. I challenge you. Play Kendrick when you smashing. Okay?
Your body. If you love me, let me get your body.
Had my back. Know what's going on. They never had my back. He
told you what's going on, man. So anyway, shame, insults, guilt need to be right. So what you saw people do is they do what losers do. What the losers try to do is it'll be a conversation going on, right? And you'll be talking about one thing. What the loser wants to do is change the subject and make it about something else. So people try to go to morals right away in this battle, and then over time, I'm like, for the most part, Kendrick just basically said, "Fuck it, you're a racist." You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Rick Ross was so desperate to get at Drake that he called Drake a white boy. This is only some bullshit that you will let a dark. It's all, again the hierarchy. Old broads, black women, black girls, black boys, then black men, and then within black men, dark-skinned ninjas at the top in terms of like privilege. And you know that they don't really got to be shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't got to be smart. They can just they more rude. They have a lot of times they got no manners. A lot of times they're sneaky. A lot of times, you know, they'll just do grimy shit. You know what I'm saying? And also you can't say anything about them. Whereas when you light skin, people can make jokes about you being light skinned. Whereas if you make jokes about somebody being dark skinned, maybe not so much now, but like that would be considered like tone deaf. Like, because for the most part, dark skinned people in general are just really insecure, like super insecure. They make everything about being black. Everything's about being dark skinned, and dark skinned people really have in their mind that, always, especially on social media, dark skinned girls talk like everyone hates them so much. Only black men who don't like dark skinned girls, as far as I know, is niggas in Chicago. Hot colder than Chicago. Levi. Yup. You know I told him to go to his room, right? No, I asked him to leave, right? Yo. Anyway.
They never had my back.
He never had my back. All right. Anyway, well, you know what?
You think I have somebody I love in the bricks?
That's what they do, man. So it's all manipulation. But let's go ahead and go through a few more of these slides, man. Let's try to stay on topic, man. I also saw a quick stat. I want to mention this too, because again, the reason why we keep breaking this thing down with Drake and Kendrick is because I want y'all to really understand that once you get to a certain level, you're going to stop getting support and people will find ways to discredit you, and we have to stick to numbers and stats. Because long as you got motion, numbers and stats matter. Like I was thinking the other day, I'm like, you know what? Even though I think I had more disposable income, I still made less in 2023 and 2024 than I made in 2025. You know what I'm saying? So just from there, I already leveled up. You know what I'm saying? I'm already kind of like back on track. So I'm already now getting the mark now. Now the economy has changed dramatically since 4 years ago, but I'm still back to the income range that in terms of what I was making before. You feel me? Now I need about $3,000 more a month. Really five. At five, that's when you know your boy gonna start feeling like himself again. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of purchases I gotta make. You know what I mean? So please subscribe to the channel. You feel me? So all right, Rumble. My bad, y'all. So I want to share this stat real quick, and it was a good point. It says Drake's "Over My Dead Body" received a new all-time high of 239,000 streams on Spotify yesterday. In July 2024, the song was only getting 60,000 streams a day. The fact that an album that he released in 2011 is getting streams now was crazy, bro. All right, and I think someone else had made a really good point about how much Drake's catalog is worth, bro. His catalog is worth a lot. People mostly play this man's music online every day. If someone is playing rap music, yo, they're playing Drake, bro. That's what that means. All right, this nigga's getting stats like this all the time, and he had a bar on the Fighting Irish freestyle where he said, "Y'all never cheer for me when I run up the numbers," meaning that when he hits a new accolade, when he accomplishes something, you know what I'm saying, that's significant in music, there's no celebration. Whereas for Kendrick, for the most part, it's like everyone has come out to support Kendrick. They will again the support you saw for Kendrick was like the support you would see for a new nigga, not for someone that you think is a way greater rapper than Drake. But again, these are all things people do to make you into a version of yourself that's easier for them to defeat. If you watch Baki and you've seen Kyle Dorian when he did the hypnosis, that when he would hypnotize the person, they will be fighting a version of him in their mind that they can actually defeat. And then sooner or later, lights go out. You know what I mean? Lights go out. Let's go from here. Please don't open the spiritual world. All right, cool. Here we go. Boom. Let's see what we got here. So this is the bar. This is a bar from let me make sure y'all can see. All right, cool. This is a bar from the song, man. Niggas get punched in the face on some TLC shit. On the dead guys, some TLC shit. Cause my nigga, you gonna need a chili ice pack for your left. They get you a battle rap bar, so I didn't even think about him talking about Rick Ross. Then nigga also said, I saw bro in a pop out with them, been dick riding gang since headlines. You know what I mean? So a big undertone of what did I miss was pretty much saying, alright, we have a rapport. You and me are cool. What's all this shit here? And the people who are trying to be Team Kendrick or call themselves, I don't know if is that righteousness to y'all, right? The people who are so called on the side of righteousness keep trying to argue, oh, you're in court because your feelings got hurt. And I'm like, yo, real talk, like I said before, that style of arguing is done. Black fatigue is over. Even black folks are tired of nonsense. You know what I mean? What's crazy is people consistently repeating the shit. And then so not only that, people keep commenting on basically him talking about his own life and basically telling him, stop talking about your life. Stop talking about your experiences. Okay. Oh, okay. So someone that you were very cool with and that you had a relationship with, they betrayed you. You ever thought that maybe you're a bad person? Nigga, what did Drake do to LeBron? What did Drake do to Kendrick? None of y'all have been able to explain to me what did he do to these people. What happened in their history, especially with him and Kendrick, that Kendrick is basically, Kendrick has not made any direct addresses to this man aside from trying to use him to be popping. This nigga has a fake deposition video that plays on tour, and I didn't realize that it was supposed to be like a deposition with them asking him about, the shit with him and Drake. And I'm like, yo, that's the whole theme of your tour. The biggest moment in your career, going to the Super Bowl, you performed songs from your album that nobody wanted to hear. And on that field, you proved you really don't got joints. That kind of rapping sounded so weird on that field. Oh my gosh. Nigga, Drake would have came out there and did the best. Drake could have did this joints from 2009 to Take Care. And that would have been way better than your whole show. You know what I'm saying? And not like us, you still did the record. You know how crazy it looked for you to do that record for a stadium of white folks? The song is about how white people are terrible. All right? You know what I'm saying? And how basically colonizer is not meant to be. It's not an appropriate term. It's just not. Because these people they're not colonizing you. These niggas are just alive. Them white folks are just there. They're not actively colonizing you now. You do whatever you want to do. There is no one keeping you from doing nothing in life. You have never received a letter from your local college institution saying, Mr. Jackson, we will not be admitting you to Jackson University because we're not accepting any more colored students at the moment. You have not ever experienced that. You've never experienced something because of your race. You've heard about it. You've heard about the legend. Of course things happen. But you got to be tougher than that. I swear, man, listen, we have gotten so soft as human beings. We so used to things going our way that we don't even be realizing, yo, you just sound like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for cursing. I'm sorry.
Someone needs a place to stay for the...
Here's what we doing right now.
You think I have somebody I love in the bricks?
All right, man. So, yeah, man. So people keep trying to make this point about basically why are you talking about this thing? You know what I'm saying? And as if Drake shouldn't have any. First of all, no one can tell you how you should feel about your own experiences. That makes absolutely no sense. Don't ever let people do that to you. Let's check out this other video I found.
He had all fake bullshit out his mouth. Now Kendrick, his shit was ass. If I'm being honest, he had all fake bullshit out his mouth. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even hate on Drake. I'm with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying?
And these some YNs right here. You see his outfit? You see the posture? That's YN posture. This is a YN setting. You know what I'm saying? You know that these niggas is not 30 plus. Okay?
But it was a whole bunch of bullshit, all right? The media ran with it, all right? The people that had the agendas behind it created this propaganda about the guy. Oh, Drizzy gonna be on top. You feel me? You can't take away Drizzy and what he's accomplished. And no motherfucker gonna come back and think making up a fake ass daughter is gonna do anything. With all due respect, and saying he's a pedophile. Like you look goofy if I'm being honest. A minor, you know what you look like? You look like a short ass little kid. You're 5'5".
Woo! Taylor Swift is towering above you. Taylor Swift is like the big show for Kendrick. No matter what. I don't know if you got a short king in your life right now, no matter what. Men who are under a certain height, especially if they ain't found a way to get no money, nigga, they're angry. Now, I be telling y'all, you cannot trust in, you cannot put your faith in a big girl or a tall girl because they're not loyal. They're going to betray you. The big girls ain't loyal. Big mama don't be loyal. Okay? She cool. Sometimes she cool. She might become cool in like her late 30s. She can hang out with you and whatnot, but big mama gonna cause damage. Hey, Leaves, go put your shorts on. Go for a walk a little bit. All right, go ahead. Go put your shorts on now. And your Crocs, all right. Big girls ain't loyal, but short niggas is always up to no good. Okay, and a nigga that's so short, he probably didn't realize how small he was until he stood next to Taylor Swift. That Taylor Swift is not even that tall. It's not like, you know, I think she's like 5'10", 5'11". This is crazy.
You look like you climbed the jungle gym. I'm just saying. You look like a little ass kid. Go to the park. Go play in the sandbox. All right? You need a scissor to carry your whole shit. I'm not gonna lie. Bring the mic down. You feel me? Not enough. It's not enough.
Yeah, facts. Those are not joints. Those all those songs just sound like continuations of your thoughts from Not Like Us. They all sound like you're still talking to Drake. Don't get me wrong. I think it's good to have a focal point when you rap it because it makes your rap sound more direct and sound more like raps, right? But again, we would call this dick riding back in the day. All right, that boy and a lot of these niggas are. First of all, men they won't admit this to you and whatnot, but men have a way of not so much falling in love with you, but men have a way of liking. So they may think, okay. Button your pants up. They may think another guy's cool or he dresses well and whatnot. And again, if they don't know how to compliment you, they're not able to express it and it will come out in a weird way. When people can't communicate, they just wind up doing weird shit. Like I said, like with my friend, right? He doesn't mean anything about what he's saying, but it's like, yo, you not really a cool nigga. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really understand. That's weird to me. That's weird to me for you to make comments about my appearance as if I don't look good. If I'm a person who's always trying to look good, I don't mean like as in like I'm trying to look good as in like, you know, look pretty and nothing like that. I'm talking about like I take pride in my appearance. So saying that, you know, I look tired or motherfucker, like what time I fucking look tired, bitch? I hate that. Listen,
Who wanna fight? Who wanna fight?
You know what I'm saying?
Who wanna fight?
But anyway, we had to hear from YN, man, because real talk. Wasn't none of that a vibe. It wasn't a vibe. Even Not Like Us, All that is corny. Even a friend of mine tried to lie and say that he would have rapped to Not Like Us if he would have heard down the beat tape. Stop it. Stop it. No one wants to rap to fucking organs. Okay? Stop it, B. Let's see what we got, man. Someone also made a really good point. Shout out to Industry Politics. He said, Kendrick fans are eager for anything that will help him stay relevant. Drake doesn't need to mention Kendrick by name. He's simply addressing or discussing the entire beef and his feelings about it. We're getting to hear his perspective, and he's expressing his thoughts about some people he considers less than reputable, meaning people that he was friends with. So I have to ask y'all, so if you had a close friend and your friend betrayed you, you would just say, oh man, you know that's life, man. I gotta let them have their moment. They seem really happy to stab me in the back, man. So I gotta go ahead and I gotta go ahead and eat that, you know. Come on. So anyway, so but before we go, I thought this was crazy. Hold on.
So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Pussy. Don't look away now. Don't look away now.
Hold on.
Don't get...
Sorry about that, guys. So, we have an intro again. Thanks. I have an intro. All right. Well, I'm not gonna go for that long. I'm done with the show now. I don't need. Well, okay. All right. Well. All right. Cool. Whatever. So I think I just showed y'all this video. I'm sorry. I had to talk to my son real quick. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. Okay. And so this is Drake pulling up on this nigga.
Shine now. We'll fold that up right now. Stop it.
If you see on the bag it say Iceman.
Yeah. Blessings.
So I was telling y'all, this is also footage from the John. That nigga there getting drunk. Why is he wearing a jacket? Why is he wearing a hoodie in the middle of summer, y'all? Isn't that hot? Isn't that hot as hell up there? Alright, so this must be a part of the theme for the Iceman album, yo. Alright. Now this nigga Kendrick was in Toronto with a 25 police car escort. This nigga Drake is riding through the city in a U-Haul truck with Iceman on it. Them niggas is different. Nigga in the city showing love. Now, y'all niggas said that he fell off. Don't nobody want to hear him no more. All that shit. These is all the things that niggas. So someone said cosplay gangster, fake ass accent, posted in another nigga's hood like a bad bitch. So this is someone's interpretation of what happened. That's a loser's interpretation of what happened. You know why? What I told you. The loser wants to discredit you. The loser wants to create a version of you that they can defeat. First of all, the nigga that wrote that shit, if you think that a nigga that's worth hundreds of millions of dollars doesn't have the finest security, is not ready. First of all, you gotta be ready for whatever when you at that level. Nigga, when you rich, niggas be out here trying to do shit to you. That's the whole point of having security, is that you a target. You think these people don't got tough skin? It's crazy how, like, yo, for the sake of your own narrative, because this nigga, now Drake was dark skinned, doing all these same things, you wouldn't say he was a cosplay gangster. You wouldn't say he's trying to be tough. The thing is, you have no proof of the nigga not being tough, and you have no proof of Kendrick being tough at all. All Kendrick has done is just shown up and done whatever he wanted to do. You understand? And I'm like, yo, real talk. That whole critique, that everything that niggas is saying, that nigga just said about the altercation. The nigga disrespected Drake. Drake confronted him, and the dude had nothing else to say, cause we don't hear him. There's a whole mic and everything. The nigga close enough for that. If the nigga is screaming at him, you can hear it. Nigga got punked. And Drake, in so many words, said, nigga, you will get fucked up right now. If you think that Drake is riding through the city and you're crazy. If you think there ain't a bunch of guns around this nigga, you are crazy. There's a video I found of a guy who's worked with Drake on security. He said, nigga, he had his own security detail. Then Drake had his own guys with him. When niggas got paper for real, when there's some serious shit for, you know what I mean? But before we go, somebody wrote, this was the original post. It said, I saw bro with the pop out with them, but been dick riding gang since headlines. So you're talking about, really everybody, but you're talking about LeBron in particular. This whole picture right here is a celebration of, this is how many of us it took to take on Drake. It took a whole coast of y'all to try to put a dent. It takes all of you. All of you. Because when you great, when you really him, it takes a group. They got to all get on code, and they will do it. Because in their minds, it's okay to abuse the winner. It's okay to abuse the plug in their mind. Let's look at that shit again, man. It's what a moment in rap history this was, right? My man was telling me that Kendrick is the Don, and he united the Bloods and Crips. First of all, these is niggas. All that, the reason why that shit's not constructive is because it's nigga shit. All right? The reason, it knows crazy is how, like, these niggas don't realize that y'all violating and murdering artists who come to our coast has really made it to where don't nobody want to come there. And don't nobody got to come there for nothing. They really don't. Like, the extortion that y'all doing on other artists, that shit is crazy. Not only that, no one in this picture is flourishing or doing well right now. No one who was a part of that album, aside from SZA, if anything, man, I kind of find that nigga wore down her brand a little bit. You feel me? Nigga, her brand has been overused. But anyway, we're trying to do a shorter show. You feel me? So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. You heard? And where we got now? We got a minute. Oh, what did I do here? An hour and 12 minutes. All right, man. That's a good place to stop the show.
Fight! You wanna fight, bitch ass nigga? You wanna fuck?
All right, man. Before we go, hey, Kendrick.
Hold this. Test.
Hold it.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Okay. All right, here we go. Before we go.
Plug wall. I don't even understand how the fuck my plug talk.
Come on, Levi.
Pick him up in a space tube. I don't let my plug walk. Skirt.
Come on. Come on.
New free.
Get in the frame, man. Knock out my lights.
50K, you could come and book a cracker for a plug wall. Big ol' Bentley in
a
the
spaceship.
Call me on my phone, I don't say shit. I make money when I talk. I'm a
plug singer. Woo! All right, Levi, say goodnight, man. Say goodnight.
Wrap you in my warm embrace.
Oh, whoa. No, now it's getting weird. Hey, this my soundboard, not Levi's soundboard.
Citizen. Bitch, I've been trapping. I'm like 5th generation trapping.
No, Joe,
That's what we doing right now.
All right, we out. Say bye. Say goodnight.
that's cat.